As you're probably aware by now, just a few days ago, surfer Sarah Brady posted screenshots of text messages between herself and her ex, actor Jonah Hill, accusing him of emotional abuse, as well as obvious misogyny. And we want to discuss, to give you some of the updates, but just in case you are not familiar with these, to give you a sampling of many more texts which are available. You can see here a post that she had put up saying, this is a warning to all girls. If your partner is talking to you like this, make an exit plan. Love y'all, call me if you need an ear. Talking basically about him using some sort of like therapy adjacent language about boundaries. And at the same time giving like a long list of basically rules that she has to immediately comply with. And so examples include a discussion wherein she had apparently been complying with his demands that she take down photos of herself from, I think, Instagram wearing bathing suits. And she had not gone far enough, I guess, based on the text messages, and he wanted more to be taken out. Now, some people have noted that she's a surfer, so there's gonna be some photos of her in bathing suits. You can't be surprised by that. You might have even become initially interested in her thanks to that, but consistency is not generally a hallmark of men with issues. So you can also see, I think like the single text that's made the most noise is this next one. And that is the long list of what he is referring to as boundaries. Other people might use different terms for this, but a long list of things, including surfing with men. That's what surfers do. Boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, modeling, posting pictures of yourself in bathing suits, just in general, posting sexual pictures, which he seems to define as being in bathing suits, friendships with women who are in unstable places, and from your wild recent past beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful. There is a novel in that one line. So like your friends who need help, you helping them is problematic? I don't know, Jessica, this is obviously problematic. I know she's trying to share these to help other people who might be in similar sorts of situations, either with Jonah Hill or with other people. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I think it's good that she shared them. I think sharing her experience here means other women will learn from it. It's something people will pay attention to because they know Jonah Hill. And the way he says, it's a boundary for me for you to do these things, when it's clearly just his insecurities and stuff he doesn't want her to do because it makes him feel threatened. If you're emotionally aware enough to understand that you have to set boundaries in a relationship, he should be emotionally aware enough to recognize this is coming from a place of insecurity and it's unfair for him to limit his partner's autonomy. She is a surf instructor and she can't surf with men. Like a lot of this stuff is very similar to the Keke Palmer situation, where her boyfriend was very upset about her outfit at a concert, but in other occasions posted pictures of her wearing less than what she was wearing that he was upset about at the concert. Really what he was upset about was that Usher was singing to her. In this case, Jonah Hill slid into her DMs thanks to pictures of her surfing. So at the end of the day, it's insecurity. And having your partner bear the burden of your insecurity is not fair.
Yeah, it's look, there's a lot of hypocrisy and misogyny. Misogyny rests on a mile deep foundation of hypocrisy. But yeah, I can post the photos of you because that's my property. You can't go and do that because who the hell do you think you are? Or the very thing that got me interested in you in the first place, you now need to immediately stop, even though it's sort of core to your career. Doesn't make sense to a lot of people. Yeah, as you said, he's a person who clearly goes to therapy, like he has a documentary about therapy, I think on Netflix. It doesn't seem to be working necessarily. And like, I don't like to make light of people's issues or trauma. I've gone to therapy a number of times, I have issues. But you should realize what is an appropriate boundary and what is controlling behavior. Or even if you can't, let's say that hypothetically you can't tell the difference, or that you maintain expectations that a lot of us, I think, would think go too far. Well, then you need to go find another relationship. Like expecting another person to contort their life and career and behavior into pretzels to match your potentially ever shifting demands is not cool. Okay, I don't care what terminology you use for it.
Yeah, not cool. I think it goes to show the solution of just like tell them to go to therapy doesn't always work. I oftentimes wonder if like celebrity therapists are paid enough that they don't fully get to the root of the issue. I don't know if that's what's going on here with Jonah Hill, but it seems that it was a hill he was willing to die on because he did say If you don't want this, then I'm not the right person for you. What if she just said, okay, yeah? I reckon he would get more angry and try and convince her to stay. And so for him to say this is a boundary, it's not, it's manipulation.
Yeah, and look, I don't know Sarah Brady, I don't know Jonah Hill. I know Sarah Brady has also said that the fact that he has done this abuse doesn't make him a terrible person. Like, because I know some people will automatically assume this is a fight between a prominent man and a prominent woman. Obviously, the woman's a big old liar, and we're gonna flame her. We're gonna make YouTube videos about her, and we're gonna make a bunch of money with TikToks and stuff like that. She doesn't appear to be just doing this as like a crusade against him. It really does seem like she is trying to do something productive, but I have no doubt that there will be people who make her out to just be someone who's angry because she got dumped or something and is just trying to destroy a good man.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're definitely gonna get that reaction here, and it's unwarranted. It's a time where we're still reckoning with this from a larger social perspective of men's control over women in society. It's an issue of political importance, and I think you're right that approach of, there's nothing wrong with him. This is something that any person can work through. And when you grow up in a misogynistic and patriarchal society, everyone's gonna have pieces of that inside of them. Is it cool to hang on to that and live your life thinking that's okay just because it's been the case for a really long time? No, maybe treat your partner in a way that's nice and respectful and learn and grow. That's how we change the world. It needs to happen in every single relationship. You can't be progressive in society, but like this in your relationships and treat women like property. So I think it's good she's approaching it from that perspective and believing that Jonah Hill and people like Jonah Hill can and should change.
Yeah, he hasn't responded yet. We'll see if he takes any accountability. We'll see.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.